It's absolutely horrendous to hear about the knife attack in Southport. Absolutely horrendous that kids are going around perpetrating these type of crimes. Just the other day, someone told me they'd been threatened by somebody with a machete over in Stourbridge, now away from the West Midlands, and the police had done nothing about it. I'm not blaming the police only, but what I do blame is, and I've said it from time and time again, that we need to identify the root causes of why people commit these crimes. You can throw it on mental health and blame it on whatever's going on, but the point is, and because of the lack of support in the community for individuals that needed, people with potential mental health issues. Now I'm going to say, well, the key route to solving, and I don't want to act as if I know the be all and the end all, because I don't. But what I'm going to say is the key thing to remember here is prevention. If we want to halt these types of attacks, we need to start doing some grassroots work with young people going into school. We need to have youth workers going into school. We need to have pastoral workers going into schools and meeting the needs of young people. And I'm not just talking about schools, I'm talking about all vulnerable people who are struggling, need to receive some support. For this, you need to have investment in young people. A few years ago, we had the youth clubs that were all closed because of government spending, cutbacks, etc. I'm not saying it's all down to youth clubs, it's not. But it's a vicious circle where what I'm going to say is we need investment into stopping people and preventing them and helping them to become positive role models so they can in turn help other people. We need positive role models in the community. And that is from all races. We need to develop leaders in the community that can go out and communicate with individuals to support them to stop these types of crimes. Now, the point is, we need to support all our young people, all of them. We need to support individuals that are living in society that have become confused and developed ideologies. And I was talking about ideologies in one of my last videos, where people start to develop and feel that their race is better than everybody else's, that everybody's against them. It's a stereotype that develops that needs to be addressed. So, what are we going to do? I'll say to you, point number one, what needs to be done is not be reactive. We have to react, yes, to situations, but be proactive. And proactive means, point number one, let's identify the root causes of these crimes. Point number two, let's start to become more proactive. Let's start to become more proactive to halt these thinking ideologies. Let's develop programs to support individuals to make the right choices. Now, as I said, my heart goes out and the condolences go out. People like this, doesn't matter if he's 17, need to feel the full force of the law. People that are coming in like this, that shouldn't be here, they need to be set back. And as I do agree with Nigel Farage when he says, years ago, the system was, if you came here and you were illegal, you get deported, you get sent back. Now, we've already seen a waste on the Rwanda bill and the Rwanda scheme. That's been wasted. All that money could have been utilised in sending people back to where they came from. I think two things need to happen in terms of what's gone on in Southport. Two things. Point number one is, what is the motivation behind? What is the motive behind why this young person has attacked? What is the motive. It's okay talking about mental health, but number one, what is the motivation? Why has he done this? And after that, point number two, there needs to be an addressing of this with other potential people. I think we need to think about partnerships. I think we need to think about community programs. I think we need to think about development for people. We need to engage the young people, grassroots. I think we need to talk about community leaders, as I mentioned. I think we need to focus on communication of awareness type programs for parents. I think that's essential to curb knife crime, so that young people don't go out there and commit something out of impulse and not realise the dangers behind what is going on. So sometimes we see these young people that commit these heinous acts, but they don't realise what they're doing until when it's gone, the time is gone, the emotion is past, and then you know what, they go back to reparation and they go back to youth justice. And what the youth justice say? Well, the youth justice asked a vital question, which is what is actually going on inside you before the event. Youth justice will ask what was happening in your mind, what kind of questions did you ask yourself, did you think about what you did before you did it? And how's that going to change the way you communicate in future before you commit a crime? I think those type of programs need to be in place prior, tackling people's minds, helping people to think straight, helping people to focus on what is reality, not ego, what is racism, what is ideology, and more pastoral communication in schools. And if partnerships can work together with the schools, if partnerships can work together with the parents, if we can develop some awareness safeguarding programs that can support these individuals, then surely we will be able to create a change. And if there's a mental health issue there, we can learn to tackle those and put mental health in schools and potential other enforcement, then we can learn to tackle knife crime. But there's a few things that I mentioned there, a few points that I mentioned there, which I think are essential in supporting and preventing, which the key is here, preventing this in the future. Vikas Chopra, over and out.